For a great cup of joe, there's one thing you should know. Your morning brew can also be playful. Buff Boy Brewing guys make the temperature rise, and you surely feel naughty when you swallow our coffee. If you want some real heat, give your mouth a fine treat. You will want some more, rest assured. Buff Boy Brewing, you can't get enough of.
It's time for The Scribble, your weekly fix of celebrity chats, bizarre stories in the news, and basic random chatter with best-selling author and syndicated radio host Jeremy Breathitt. Make sure your seat is in the upright and locked position and your barf bag is securely in place. Here's Jeremy Breathitt.
This statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. No offense, but are you a little fat when you look in the mirror? How would you like to learn the secret to losing 3 to 5 pounds a week without joining the gym or going through any crazy diets? It's called Body Sculpt RX. For the last 2 decades, we've helped countless people lose thousands of pounds. And now, it's your turn. Learn how to lose weight with one simple phone call and no prescription needed. You'll see an amazing difference in a matter of days. Don't believe us? We'll offer you a risk-free money-back guarantee. So, if you're ready to start losing weight, call right now and get a free month supply with your first order of Body Sculpt RX. Call now. You have nothing to lose but the pounds. 800-459-6838. 800-459-6838. 800-459-6838. That's 800-459-6838.
Listen up, guys. Are you experiencing any of the following? Fatigue, less drive, poor performance? If so, you may be one of the nearly 30 million men in the U.S. today dealing with ED. But did you know you don't have to pay hundreds for a prescription anymore? And you don't have to deal with the hassle of seeing the doctor or the embarrassment of going to the pharmacy for a certain pill. Now with one free call, you can find out how Herbal Virility Max can help you feel like a man again. For over a decade, Herbal Virility Max has helped guys just like you put a smile back on their face with improved performance and drive. Call today and ask about our buy one, get one free offer. Save the money, save the hassles, and get the better blue pill. Dial 800-578-0179. That's 800-578-0179. 800-578-0179.
This statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Are you in bad pain? You know what I mean. Your knees hurt, your shoulder hurts, and your back. Oh my God, your back. They're constantly killing you. And I'm sure you've tried every pain pill or cream available at the drugstore, am I right? Well, here is something you haven't tried. Pain Absolve. Pain Absolve is not available in any drugstore. The only way to get it is by calling today. We're so confident that it will work for you that we offer a free bottle with your purchase, no prescription needed, and best of all, each purchase comes with a money-back guarantee. Call now to find out how you can get Pain Absolve and get rid of your pain. Call 800-319-0582. That's 800-319-0582. 800-319-0582. Call today, 800-319-0582.
Who are the Kardashians feuding with now? What did that little thug Justin Bieber do this time? Who's getting hitched? And who's headed for Splitsville? Hear the latest celebrity news and gossip every day on Entertainment Wrap-Up. The good, the bad, the ugly, but mostly the ridiculously hilarious. It's all recapped in this daily segment at entertainmentwrapup.com. Have a laugh at the expense of the rich and famous when they take themselves way too seriously. It's 3 minutes of time-wasting fun at entertainmentwrapup.com. Check out Entertainment Wrap-Up at entertainmentwrapup.com. Brought to you by Speak Free Books.
Jeremy Bradley here, back on the Scribble. I totally screwed up that first segment, by the way. I was supposed to just introduce what we were talking about on the show this week, and then we do a quick break, and then we get into it, and then I end up running over 10 minutes on that one. So, oh well, now we're a little bit behind, but we're catching up now. All right, so this whole thing with Candace Cameron, I know her as Candace Cameron Bure, but everybody seems to say Bure. And JoJo Siwa. Now, if you're a part of the older generation and you don't know what JoJo Siwa is, neither do I, really. And quite honestly, really, I don't. Now, the only reason that I've heard the name JoJo Siwa is because she's been like mired in controversy. She's, what is she, like 12 years old? She's some teenager. I don't exactly know where she's from, but here's so I've talked about her on our show, Entertainment Wrap-Up, really is the only reason that I know her. I know that she did some sort of singing or song thing. She wasn't invited to Nickelodeon Awards at one point, and so I know that she had drama with the company, and then she was on Dancing with the Stars, and ratings were down, and apparently viewers hated her. And then she picked a fight with Candace Cameron Bure. And so what happened was last week on TikTok, which I've never been on, this JoJo Siwa had said that Candace was the rudest celebrity. I guess there's some kind of challenge about like who your favorite celebrity was, the nicest, the whatever. And Candace came up as the worst. Now, there's fallout from that all week because it's kind of like, whoa, people are like, was that Candace on the... Like, really, what happened? What was the deal? Now, as far as we knew, the only interaction that they'd had was when there was the Fuller House premiere, and we assumed then that this JoJo Siwa was there. Come to find out, now that they've sort of buried the hatchet, that yes, they did cross paths, and Candace was mean because she refused a picture. I guess this JoJo Siwa had asked this big celebrity, at a premiere for a photo, and Candace had said, not now. So when you look at that, now apparently the girl was 11 years old or something at the time, but this is where you look at that and go, okay, now I don't know if this is just a kid having a diva fit, a tantrum. Now, I've had many interactions with celebrities, okay? I've been doing entertainment reporting for over 15 years. I've covered red carpets since 2010, so, well over 10 years. I've interviewed literally hundreds of them on the radio, that I can't even count, probably 300 to 400 celebrity, well, more than that, actually, interviews on the radio, and then, of course, in person. I've been in, Kenny Rogers' dressing room before a show in my hometown of Winnipeg. I've been on the red carpet of different award shows and TV finales and things like that. So I've had my interactions with them. Now, Candace has coincidentally been on the radio with me as well. And I'll get into that in just a second. So the fact that this like teeny bopper, diva, because again, if you're a teenager and you've pissed off Nickelodeon, I mean, that's saying something. When this, like, there's obviously something that happened there, and they don't like you, they don't want you there. And if you are this big talent, which you seem to think you are, they would want you there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was kind of like when Will Smith, he's the big name and his award is coming up and he's the star of the night. We can't kick him out. So if you were in that sort of atmosphere, if you were in that sort of stratosphere, then Nickelodeon would have you at their awards, JoJo Siwa. And obviously you weren't, so take the hint. So that's where I was kind of like, all right, there's obviously something up with this girl. Now again, just knowing the entertainment business as I know it, if you're a big name, draw, then they're going to have you there. And so that struck me as odd. And then, she was the first, I guess, same-sex couple on Dancing with the Stars, dancing with somebody. And now I don't even know that that's necessarily anything about the audience of that show being homophobic or whatever. I just think that, but of course that's how people will spin it, right? They'll go and say, oh, well, it was homophobia though, but that's why. Or this little girl is just a bitch that people don't want to see, right? I mean, so like when you start connecting all these dots, so then when I hear that she goes and says that Candace is the rudest celebrity, I'm sitting here going, okay, wait a second. Candace was on the radio with me 2 Christmases ago. It was during Corona. She was talking about Salvation Army. Candace is very big into like church, God, Bible, blah, blah, blah. So of course, there was quite a bit of chatter on that. And so we covered that. We talked about Salvation Army. We talked about her upcoming Christmas movies because that's what she does. And the memories that I have of Candace, now you have to remember too, when a celebrity is coming on the radio to promote something, they're generally very nice anyway, just because they want the good promotion, right? Like it's my show. You're coming on my turf. So my audience already likes me, right? I don't have to win them over. It's my audience that doesn't know you. I mean, they might know who you are and they might like you, whatever. But if you're going to come on and be, catty or whatever with me, I'm not saying Candace, I'm just meaning anybody. If you're going to come on and be an asshole, dick, a bitch, a cunt, whatever, that reflects on you and my audience. Not I'm going to call them fans because I don't think that I'm a celebrity. I don't really think that I have fans like that. But, you're the one who's going to look bad, not me. And so when Candace was on the radio with me, we have kind of a pre-sort of conversation before we're on the air and rolling. And she was just so nice. She was just, I found her very pleasant, optimistic and positive. She reminds me very much of another person who is like the eternal optimist, Lisa Gibbons. When Lisa's been on the radio with me, I find myself just in a better mood after. Lisa is just so happy And I can even feel her smiling through the phone when we're talking. And then in turn, I am doing the same thing. And these are people who you can sit and talk with for, we usually get 6 to 8 minutes. You want to talk to them for just that much longer because it's just so pleasant. And so we were running late with Candace, and they always kind of tell you, no, when they say it's a hard out, that means like at 8 minutes, you're hanging up the phone, you're done, you're off the phone. And, we were still talking, even though our segment ran long. She was supposed to have somewhere else to go after talking to me, even though it was just a phone call. And we sat there talking, even still. She's got a connection to my hometown of Winnipeg. She's made 2 movies in Winnipeg. And so we start talking about that and the neighborhoods that she likes and, the friends that she's made there. And it was just so nice. And you don't always get that with celebrities. A lot of times what happens is at the end of the segment, we'll do all right, great. Well, thanks so much for joining us today. Oh, thanks for having me. And then I'll go and say, all right, well, there we go. Or they'll even just hang up. You'll hear the beep, beep of their phone. And I'm sitting there going, oh, I don't even really kind of get to do the casual goodbye at that point. Like, oh, thanks, that was great. Oh, it was awesome. So with Candace, I was just like, she's just really nice. She was so pleasant. I don't do the church thing. So I we didn't talk about stuff like that. But so when I hear that somebody goes and says that Candace Cameron Bure is the rude, I was like, I think that's an issue with the complainer. I don't think that that's an issue with the celebrity. And wouldn't you know it then, all week is just this fallout and drama. And it's funny because Candace then goes and posts this Instagram video going, it almost seemed like she was sort of laughing about this, going, this is so ridiculous that this little teenager is like destroying me and people are coming at me and I don't even know what the hell I did. And then when I find out what I did, which was basically just saying, oh, not now, you can't have a picture right now. And I think that in her head, Candace was sort of like, this bitch is crazy. Now, of course, she's godly, so she wouldn't say that. But I mean, Candace is, in her 40s or however old she is. And she's probably just looking at this JoJo Siwa as like, really, girl? Really? That's what this was about. That's what this is about. And Candace is the class act that she's sitting there going, I apologized to her mom for making her feel bad, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, Candace, that's just too much. You're just too nice that, and maybe because I'm a terrible person, but I'm sitting here going, this is, I think, maybe Candace's way to sort of almost do like a backhanded thing to JoJo Siwa, right? Like, I think the way that Candace is sort of laughing it off, going, that's really what this was about, everybody. It's nothing. Like, I think in a roundabout way, that's her going and saying, this little juvenile chick is blah, 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 blah. I think that's, in a roundabout way. It was great PR. It put Candace in, who's thinking about Candace Cameron Bure in July, right? You think of her Christmas for her Christmas movies. So there you go. She's got some screen time and she's got some new street cred because some little teeny bopper bitch, doesn't like her. Darn. Oh, darn. And now all the JoJo Siwa fans are going to come after me. I don't fucking care. I'm like Candace. I'm at this point, I'm like, I'm too old for this shit. I really, I don't care. I don't care. We're going to talk more about the celebrity headlines from the week right after this on The Scribble.
Isn't it crazy that you wait for payday, but before you know it, you're strapped for cash again? It's time to stop blowing your money and become a smart spender with the book, The Official Guide to Being an American Cheapskate at cheapskatebook.com. Learn simple ways to cut costs at home every day and during special times of the year. Don't go broke at Christmas. Don't remortgage the house for a fancy vacation. The book is filled with tips to save you money throughout the year. Check out the best-selling book, The Official Guide to Being an American Cheapskate at cheapskatebook.com or on Amazon and iTunes.
Ever had something to get off your chest but never had the balls to say it? That's a load of crap. Speak Free with JB.com is exactly what you've been waiting for. Your chance to tell it like it is and not care what anybody else thinks. Have your say on issues of the day. Join newspaper and radio columnist Jeremy Bradley as he tells it like it is. Hundreds of thousands of people have stopped by, including some well-known celebrities who have had a chat with JB and speak candidly about what's really going on in the world. You can join them too. Have a rant or a rave. Be brave and head on over to www.speakfreewithjb.com now.
We hear you chirping. Get scribbling. Tweet up the Scribble at The Scribble Show. Join the discussion with Jeremy Bradley. It's all going down right now on Twitter at The Scribble Show and at thescribbleshow.com.
Jeremy Bradley here, back on the Scribble. I think I might have lied to you. I said that we were going to be talking more about the celebrity news of the week, but it turns out I've already pissed away the half hour, so we don't have time. We only got 2 of the stories, and that's how passionate I was about Bachelorette and this JoJo Siwa. I mean, let me just wrap up then, I guess, with a few more minutes on that, because it just really goes to show you and illustrate why I have no interest in social media whatsoever. The fact that I don't know what a JoJo Siwa is and don't really know anything about it, I just know there was some kind of music award show, like I said, and you know, when I did red carpets back when they used to happen, right, years ago, I remember being introduced to all these different YouTubers, and oh, he's got a YouTube channel, and oh, she's on TikTok, and I'm just like, I've never been on Snapchat, I've never been on TikTok, I don't really exactly know what they are, and I'm fine with that. I am just fine with that. I'm turning 40. I don't give 2 shits about exploiting my life and doing all that. And, you know, that's where people then try to, like, come at me and insult me and go, well, you don't have much of a life, blah, blah. Do you know that when I started out broadcasting in my parents' basement on legitimate radio when I was 25 years old in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, I was able, as an entrepreneur, to get my way onto red carpets. Now, this is before podcasting and blogs and social media and all that other shit, where you actually needed some kind of talent and street cred to be allowed into a red carpet event. It wasn't about, oh, well, how many followers do you have on... No, it was about the quality of content that you're producing. It wasn't about numbers like that. And so, I mean, I kind of sit there and go, yeah, you know what, I'm turning 40, and I accomplished quite a bit in my career. And when in our studio here, there's a wall of celebrities. There's pictures of me with Betty White, Carol Burnett, Donald Trump, Michael Bublé, Sarah McLachlan, Jan Arden, all these people who have been on the show with me, and I'm kind of like, yeah, no, I've done a lot. I don't feel bad about not exploiting my life. I've got a hot-ass husband, a Brazilian bodybuilder, fitness model husband. We don't need to exploit our life. We're good. And on that note, I'm going to wrap it up right here. My name is Jeremy Bradley. This is The Scribble, live at jbonair.com. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye for now, everybody.
Want more Scribble? Check out thescribbleshow.com for past shows, celebrity interviews, cheapskate tips, and more. That's at thescribbleshow.com and on Twitter at The Scribble Show. The Scribble is a speak-free media presentation.
If you want some